The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying small stones. Confucius. My friends, each and every day, those small stones that we carry are the 10 to 15 minutes that we spend charting the markets, practice trading, doing all that we need to do to move those stones. And again, that's how you move a mountain. A little bit each and every day, not 4 hours on a Thursday or 3 hours a day, 2 days a week, 15 minutes a day. That's all it takes, my friends. Let's jump into these charts. We see stocks pulling back a little bit along with Bitcoin, bonds and gold up. Let's jump first into the S&P 500 now. We say down. It's pretty much flat, my friends. 0.12%, okay? That's about flat. What happened? We see a lot of ranging in the morning. If you look at the Heikin Ashi candlestick on the half-day chart, lots of volume. Average volume in the afternoon where things moved up a little bit. We are below that prior trend line. We had a doji last week, a doji this week, a red one going from green to red. We can see we're okay on volume for the week. We're average volume, excuse me, for the Monday, Tuesday, 2-day candle, but again, a down candle. We are watching as we run the math, and those of you who are Patreon members, of course, you get first. I upload it usually before I even do the show. I'm doing the show late today. I apologize, but this is the soonest I could get to it. But you know what I did? I still got to it. Again, I find the time. I know you can find the time too. Let's talk about where we are on the trade execution summary grid. I want you to take a look at it and what it is showing us. I don't always go by the numbers there. I use them to play off against my experience and what I see going on with the candles. And I'm still waiting to see if this market is going to collapse. We've seen it, get close a little bit. We saw back on in early September, the week beginning, the shortened trading week after the holiday on the 2nd of September. We saw things slide sideways for 2 weeks after a nice up move on the 21st of July. And then the week beginning the 28th of July and the 4th of August, sideways sliding, but then took off again. I'm wondering what the catalyst is going to be. I hear a lot of talk about the hype in AI ending and the market maybe rolling over. I don't know, but I am watching with bated breath to jump in and go short on this market. And of course, if you haven't taken our trainings on how to use things like SH, PSQ, those single shorts of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 respectively, something you might want to pay attention to. In fact, I'll put at the end of today's video, Inverse Funds, how to make money when markets crash, something you need to know about. Those of you who've taken our 3-part trainings, Option Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way, which is one of the benefits you get the minute you sign up for Patreon support at any of the 3 levels. You get that training along with my latest book. So being able to go short, make money when the market goes down, something we've not seen need for since back in April of this year as the market's rocketed up, but something that comes in handy if you know it. You have options. That's where we are on the S&P. NASDAQ going down more, 0.67%. We can see where things ranged a lot in the morning, a lot of volatility with decent high volume. We can see in the afternoon where we had a green spinning top, things again down for the day overall. And we can see we're sitting right there on the weekly trend line on the 2-day chart. And the weekly chart, we're just below it with the doji. Decent volume so far, a little above average volume on the 2-day. Look at where we are on bonds. 20-year U.S. government bonds, TLT. Again, a green candle forming for the week, the 3rd in a row. And we do have a little bit of a trend line going. It was a weak one to start with. It's gotten better, 0.32%. And again, we look at the high last week at $90.72. This week, $90.92. So we have reached a higher high. This can be hard to see. I couldn't really tell until what? I actually ran the numbers and they show up here. So again, open, high, low, close. You need to know those and you need to look. Volume, pretty weak so far. 2-day didn't hit average. We had high volume in the morning, below average in the afternoon. But again, moving higher. That's beautiful. So again, bonds are gaining some energy, moving up. What's the highest that we've seen in bonds? Well, it was 90.72, and it was 90.72 again. That was the high the week beginning the 15th of September and then the 6th of October. But it booted up a little higher this week to 90.92. So again, bonds seem to be catching some energy. What about gold, man? It just rocket. Look at the candles as they've slowly been gaining steam and energy. Look at all that volume last week. Just a crazy spike, and we've moved even higher this week. Gold, again, just surging. Look at the volume. Average volume in the morning, pulling back on the volume a little bit in the afternoon. But again, a beautiful up move for the day, 0.71%. A great week. We are still long gold. What about Bitcoin? We talked about Bitcoin losing energy, and of course this latest 2-day really punching down hard below the weekly trend line. You can see on the half-day chart where Bitcoin hit its most recent high the 6th of October, and then except for one green candle, it has been going down, 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 down even more in the morning, recovered a little bit in the afternoon. The average volume in the morning, below average volume in the afternoon. So Bitcoin, again, lots of downward energy has been developing. That is where we are, my friends, as we end the day on Tuesday, go into Wednesday. Again, I apologize for getting this out late today, but this was the soonest I could get to it. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.